Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Keyblade Master and welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at Mega Man Legends 2. Now I remember when I bought this game many years ago for my PlayStation 1, I was still fairly new to the PlayStation, and I had played Mega Man Legends both on the PlayStation and to PC to death, that I bought Mega Man Legends 2 and was hoping for a really great game in the vein of the original, and I was kind of disappointed. Now, Mega Man Legends 2 is still a good game. It ranks up there with some of the better Mega Man games, don't get me wrong, but it lacks some of the charm that the original one had. The original one, and I'm pretty sure it was due to limitations, had you kind of stuck on that island, but because you were stuck in that one area, they did the best to really develop that area, make you feel like you're a visiting hero out to save the island. Mega Man Legends 2 is more of a cookie-cutter adventure game. You kind of just go through an area, accomplish your quest, get your quest item, and then move on to the next area. There's none of this kind of bonding with the area or meeting certain characters that the original Legends had. And because of that, Mega Man Legends 2 isn't quite as good. But let's take a deeper look at it and see what's good, what's bad, and why this game isn't as good as the original, but still worth checking out. Let's review Mega Man Legends 2. The story in Mega Man Legends 2 is actually bigger than the one in Mega Man Legends. In fact, I would say this is the biggest, most in-depth story that Mega Man has ever had. It starts off with an 8-minute long, fully animated, in-engine cutscene that is fully voice acted. 8 minutes on a PlayStation 1 disc. That is impressive, friends. But basically, what's going on is that Professor Barrel has a friend who wants to get to Forbidden Island, an island near the North Pole that he believes houses the Mother Lode. However, on their way there, they get attacked by a mysterious woman that looks like Roll's mother and is warning them to stay off the island. Mega Man has to come to the rescue, and on the way, he manages to release a young girl and her guardian from this mysterious cube. They tell him they're ancients and that they will give him the Mother Lode plus a whole bunch of lost ancient technology if he can find 4 keys to their library. Anyways, Mega Man agrees and sets off to find the 4 keys. However, the Bond family of pirates, plus Glide from the Misadventures of Tron Bonne and 2 other pirates, are out to try to steal the treasure. And of course, Mega Man now has to beat them to it. Overall, the story's pretty well done. It's well narrated. The voice acting, again, is top-notch, just like the original. Most of the voices that they had in the original game are back. That said, they gave the part to Mega Man to another person. I guess they gave it to a real-life teenage boy for Mega Man Legends. He grew up and his voice changed too much, so they gave the voice to Mega Man to the same woman who voiced Amelia. She does a really good job, all in all. If you're going for a boyish character, this would work. Unfortunately, Mega Man's supposed to be 16 in this one, and she sounds just a little bit too young, but overall I think she does a pretty good job. Again, Mega Man Legends 3, if they had her back doing the voice, I wouldn't complain.
The storm, it stopped.
If there is anything bad to say about the story, it's of course the infamous ending, which gets Mega Man stuck on the moon, and you find out that the Earth is going to be facing more danger because of the decisions he makes in the story, and it's just a mess, especially with Mega Man Legends 3 cancellation. That really pissed off a lot of Mega Man fans, Capcom, including myself. Anyways, yeah, the ending's just not very good because of that. Like I said, if it had that sequel that was promised, that would be a different story, but it's too much of a cliffhanger that just, it makes the whole series end on such a sour note. On the good news, Mega Man does end up being stuck on the moon with 2 women. Well, wait, one of them's his best friend's mom, and the other one wants to kill him. Maybe this isn't such a good thing. I should also mention that throughout the course of the game, Mega Man sees both Tron Bonne and Sarah naked, as well as look at the teacher. He manages to give him quizzes. Wow, who knew Mega Man was a poonhound? Graphically, this is probably the best PlayStation 1 game I've ever played. And It's because it was coming out during the same time that the PlayStation 2 and Xbox were coming out on their own, and graphics were taking a huge leap forward. Mega Man Legends manages to put up a valiant fight despite being on an older piece of hardware. The character models are pretty good. You have some special effects like snow falling in one area. You have some decent lighting, and the character models are top notch. There's only two things I have to really complain about in this game. First, when it does come to the character models, although they have been kind of had their edges smoothed out a lot since the original Mega Man Legends, they still have those club hands, which were kind of common in the 32-bit era. And finally, you have the weird camera angle still in play. While you do have analog control now, it's still a little cumbersome to control. It's not as bad as the original Mega Man Legends, and like I said in the original Legends review, its control was not a deal killer, but it does get in the way. And same here, controlling the camera and controlling Mega Man's movements does take a little bit of getting used to. Alright, I've already talked about the voice acting and that it's top notch. The music in this game is also pretty good, just like before. You have a few Mega Man remixes, you have some really good overworld remixes, and then of course the game's not afraid to use public domain music. Alright, let's talk about the gameplay, and like I said before, this game isn't as charming as the original Mega Man Legends. That doesn't mean it's a bad game. In fact, Mega Man Legends 2 stands out on its own. It's already got a good story, it's got some great graphics and sound, and the gameplay by itself is not terrible by any means. It just lacks that charm that the original Mega Man Legends had because it took the risk, because they probably had a much smaller budget so they could only give you that one area, but what they did with that one area in Mega Man Legends made it really memorable. Mega Man Legends 2 is more of your standard adventure Zelda clone. You're going to go into a village, you're going to solve their problems, you're going to enter the dungeon in that village, you're going to grab the key, and then you're going to leave, probably never to return unless you want to go back and do side quests. This makes the game not as memorable because of that. That's not to say that Mega Man Legends 2, again, is a terrible game. They still keep a lot of the things I liked about the original Mega Man Legends. They've improved the lock-on, and they improved some of the stuff that you can create. There's a lot of stuff to buy, there's a lot more stuff to create now. And you're going to need to create stuff unless you're playing on easy mode like me, where you have the ultimate buster, because Roll sold all the stuff you made from the original game in order to improve their flying airship. Which does kind of raise the question, exactly where do you sell a shining laser of death that has unlimited power, and how much do you get for it? But whatever, you're starting all over again with your equipment, so you're going to be going back into dungeons and finding stuff. Speaking about the dungeons, no longer are they Metroid all connected together, ready for you to find new paths like the original. Again, they're more Zelda-like. You're just going to be entering them, you're going to be solving puzzles, you're going to be trying to unlock doors similar to Zelda and get the keys and get out. There are side dungeons you can always complete if you're looking for more loot, but for the most part you're going to be sticking to these main dungeons. These dungeons are actually pretty good. They're a lot more involved than the original Mega Man Legends, and they do require some thinking and thought to clear. The only dungeon I didn't like was the final one, Elysium, where you have to deal with the changes in gravity and a convoluted map. It's like the water temple from Zelda Ocarina of Time on freaking steroids with the sci-fi setting. But other than that, I did enjoy playing through Mega Man Legends 2. It's a good game, and it's worth checking out if you can find it at a decent price, which is part of the challenge. I just checked eBay for a complete package. It's over $100, and even just disc only is $60 or $70. This game's a good game. If Capcom ever gets a chance to release this on the PSN between $5 and $15, it's definitely worth that amount. But very few games are worth over $100, and this isn't one of them, folks. I give this game a 3.9 out of 5. Like I said, it's still a fun Zelda clone. It still has a few unique ideas of its own, and it has a nice story. But it's not worth $100. I'll just put that out there. It's not worth $100. I'm glad I got it before it got that ridiculously freaking expensive. Not so fast there, Sonny. Oh boy, what do you want? Well, most people put the Legends series after the ZX series because they don't know where to put this convoluted mess of a game. What do you think it's after? Well, anyone who's actually played through the game and paid attention to the story know that Mega Man Legends obviously follows right after Mega Man X5. Okay, kiddies, Tommy just proved a valuable lesson to everybody. Even if it's legal in your state, don't smoke wacky tobacco. I'm not high. I know what I'm talking about. Next time, I'll explain exactly where the Mega Man Legends goes into the Mega Man timeline. Until then, this is Tommy the Keyblade Master signing out. And thank you for watching.